Okay, so ever thought about running away to join the circus?
It's a thought.
Well, today we're diving deep into what it takes to be a circus artist. And let me tell you, this career guide from RoleCatcher, along with their interview guide, reveals it's a lot more than just clowning around.
It's serious business.
Right. So picture this. You're prepping for a circus arts interview, and they hit you with the classic. What inspired you to become a circus artist?
Big question. Everyone always asks that.
Right. What's your go-to answer?
I think it's all about finding that genuine spark that ignited your passion. The guide emphasizes how demanding this career is, the training, the resilience. So think back to what truly drew you in. Was it a specific performance, an artist who left you awestruck? Let that genuine inspiration shine through.
So more than just, oh, I love the costumes and the spotlight.
Exactly. This isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And speaking of challenges, the next question in the interview guide is a big one. What is your most challenging circus act?
Ooh, that feels a bit like a trap. Do you downplay it or get real about those tough moments?
I think honesty is key, but with a focus on growth.
Okay, so how do you do that?
The career guide really emphasizes constant learning and development in this field, right? So it's okay to say, hey, this particular act really pushes me, but then share how you're tackling those challenges, maybe a new technique, feedback from a mentor showing your dedication to improvement.
So it's about turning a weakness into, like, a learning moment.
Exactly. It showcases your commitment to growth, which is crucial in this industry.
Makes sense. It's not just about the skills you have now, it's about your potential to evolve. And I guess that ties into the whole emotive depth the career guide talks about, right?
Exactly. You're not just showcasing a trick, you're sharing your journey as an artist. And speaking of preparation, the next question in the interview guide is, how do you prepare for a performance?
Okay, so beyond just stretching and warming up, what's your process?
It's more than just the physical warm-up, right? It's about getting in the zone mentally, too.
So do you have like a pre-show ritual?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's great to share those details in an interview.
Really?
Yeah, because it shows your discipline and take your craft seriously. Like the guide says, maintaining physical fitness is key, but it's also about mental focus. Maybe you have a specific type of music you listen to or breathing exercises, whatever helps you center yourself before the spotlight hits.
That makes sense. It paints a picture of professionalism and dedication. Okay, so speaking of physical fitness, we're going to ask about this next interview question. How do you maintain your physical fitness and conditioning? That feels like a big one.
Definitely. And the career guide doesn't shy away from the physical demands of this career, so be prepared to get specific. Share your training routine, any cross-training you do, maybe even your diet if it's relevant. You're essentially an athlete, so don't be afraid to own it.
So no more late-night pizza binges.
Maybe in the off-season. Okay, but this next question from the interview guide is a bit trickier. Have you ever had a serious injury while performing?
Oh, wow. That's getting real. It feels a bit daunting, especially with all the risks involved in circus arts.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But remember, everyone faces setbacks. The key is to be honest about your experiences while focusing on the positive. Share how you recovered, what you learned from the experience, and how you adapted.
So it's not about pretending to be invincible.
Exactly. It's about showing your resilience and commitment to safety. The career guide really emphasizes safety as paramount in this field, so that's something to keep in mind.
And I guess that ties into adaptability, which is another key theme in the guide. I mean, one day you could be performing in a big top, the next, who knows? Which leads to the question, how do you adapt to different types of venues and audiences?
Right, and this is where you can really showcase your creativity and resourcefulness.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me an example.
So say you have a routine that requires a certain amount of height or space, and you arrive at a venue and it's just not possible. Well, you've got to think on your feet, adjust your act, maybe even incorporate the limitations into your performance. Or think about how the energy of different audiences might require you to adjust your delivery, your timing, even your costume. It's about reading the room and making sure your performance lands no matter what.
That's fascinating. It's like this next level awareness of your surroundings and the people you're performing for, which I guess leads us to, how do you interact with audiences during a performance? Is it all about eye contact or is there more to it?
It's definitely more than just glancing at the audience, although that connection is important. It goes back to that emotive depth we were talking about earlier. It's about being present in the moment, reading the energy of the crowd, and responding authentically.
So it's a two-way street.
Exactly. And the way you interact with the audience can make or break a performance. Some artists thrive on humor and playfulness, while others create this intense, almost hypnotic connection. It's about finding your style and using it to create a truly memorable experience.
Speaking of memorable experiences, let's shift gears for a second and talk about the technology that can help aspiring circus artists navigate this competitive world. We've touched on RoleCatcher's AI and its amazing interview prep capabilities, but what else can it do?
Oh, it's incredible. One of the coolest things is that it can actually analyze your skills and experience and then match you with relevant job opportunities in the circus industry.
Wait, so it's like a personalized job board?
It is. Imagine, instead of just sending your resume out into the void and hoping for the best, you're connecting with potential employers actively looking for someone with your specific talents and background.
That's a game changer. No more endlessly scrolling through job sites hoping to stumble across something relevant. And I bet that kind of targeted approach can really increase your chances of landing an interview, right?
Absolutely. It streamlines the whole job search process and allows you to focus your energy on opportunities where you have a real shot.
Okay, that's amazing. But before we get too sidetracked by the wonders of AI, let's get back to those interview questions from the guide. We're talking about connecting with the audience, which I imagine is crucial when you're collaborating with other performers too. And of course, the guide has a question for that. How do you collaborate with other performers and crew members?
Such a good question. It might seem like a no-brainer, but this is where you really demonstrate that you understand the collaborative spirit of the circus world.
Okay, break it down for me. What do they want to hear?
Think about it. Even if you're performing a solo act, you're relying on a whole team behind the scenes to make it happen. Lighting, rigging, sound, not to mention the other performers who are all part of creating a safe and spectacular show.
It's a team effort. So how do you convey that collaborative spirit authentically in an interview?
Share concrete examples. Maybe there was a time you had to adjust your routine based on feedback from a fellow artist or stage manager. Or perhaps a technical difficulty arose during rehearsal and your quick thinking helped save the day. These real-life anecdotes showcase your adaptability, communication skills, and willingness to put the team first, which, as the career guide highlights, are essential for long-term success in this collaborative field.
It's about being a team player, even when the spotlight is on you. And speaking of pressure, this next question from the interview guide is a curveball. How do you stay motivated and focused during long tours?
The nomadic life. It's not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not your average 9 to 5. The guide doesn't sugarcoat the demands of touring irregular hours, constant travel, always adapting to new environments. So how do you answer that honestly without raising red flags?
It's about showcasing your self-awareness and resilience. The interviewer wants to know you've thought about the challenges and have strategies in place to stay grounded and focused.
So more than just saying, oh, I love to travel and perform.
Exactly. Maybe you have a pre-show ritual that helps you get centered no matter where you are, or a system for maintaining healthy habits on the road. Sharing these strategies demonstrates your commitment to your craft and your well-being, which are essential for thriving in this unique environment.
It's about showing that you're in it for the long haul, not just the excitement of the moment.
Precisely. And it circles back to that theme of discipline we keep seeing in the career guide.
It's about passion, yes, but also the dedication and self-awareness to navigate the ups and downs of a demanding career path.
Exactly. And speaking of navigating challenges, remember earlier when we were talking about the evolving nature of circus arts? The guide touched on how the industry is blending traditional disciplines with new technologies and even incorporating eco-conscious practices. It's exciting to see how those themes are playing out in the interview process as well.
Definitely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From the importance of showcasing your passion and resilience to the power of AI in helping you find the right opportunities. But before we wrap up, I'd love to touch on one more thing from the career guide that I found really insightful. It talks about career paths in the circus world, outlining different stages from entry level all the way up to, like, principal circus artist. It got me thinking this isn't just a one-size-fits-all career. There's room for growth and specialization, just like any other field.
It really is. The guide breaks it down so well, showing how you can progress from those early days, maybe as part of an ensemble, to potentially leading your own troupe or specializing in a specific discipline.
It's like you can chart your own course within this incredible world. And I imagine those skills we talked about earlier, adaptability, collaboration, that emotive depth, become even more important as you move up the ranks, right?
100%. Whether you're performing for a small, intimate crowd or a massive festival audience, those core skills are what make a true circus artist. It's about constantly pushing your boundaries, honing your craft, and never losing that connection with the people watching.
It's inspiring, really. It's like this career path is a blend of tradition, innovation, and this unwavering dedication to human connection. And what's amazing is that technology like RoleCatcher's AI tools can play a role in that journey too. It's not just about raw talent anymore. It's about leveraging the resources available to navigate this evolving world.
That's such a great point. It's not every day you see cutting-edge technology intersecting with such a traditional art form.
Right. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key takeaway for our listeners, whether they're dreaming of running away to join the circus or just exploring unconventional career paths? What have we learned today?
For me, it's about embracing the unexpected. The circus is a world of wonder and spectacle, of pushing physical and creative limits. It demands passion, resilience, and this constant desire to learn and grow. But as we've seen, it's also a field that's evolving, embracing technology to create new opportunities and connect artists with their audiences in ways we never thought possible.
Beautifully said. It's about finding your own path, honing your craft, and never losing sight of the magic that draws people to the circus in the first place. And who knows, maybe AI will be the secret ingredient that helps you run away and join the circus too.